timekeeper at the bell, Andrew Ditter, referee in charge of the action, John Latham, introducing first. And boxing out of the blue corner, he wears the black shorts with gold. He weighed in nice on 13 pounds and 6 ounces. His record includes 6 wins, 5 by KO. Originally from Guadalajara, Jalisco, Mexico, El Duro Ramiro Garcia Lopez. And across the ring, in the red corner, he wears the white and dark blue shorts trimmed with gold. He did the scales at 10 stone and 4 ounces, and 8 fight record, 7 wins, only 1 defeat. From Hull, Yorkshire, England, HASHIM REHMAN.
Second time, round on.
Well, here we go, bout number 9 for HASH Rehman, who's looking to get back to winning ways after he lost his last bout to Joe Howarth in March this year on points. But he's got a Mexican opponent, and we've seen what Mexican opponents can do, and me and Josh Warrington were talking about Mexican opponents earlier on, because Mauricio Lara was meant to be a keep busy fight, and he was a Mexican opponent.
Listen, you can never take any Mexican opponent lightly. Forget the fact that this guy, Lopez, has got 6 wins, 7 defeats. 5 of those wins have come by the way of KO, and you don't know what sort of opponent he's been mixing with, what sort of caliber of opponent, because we don't know a lot of the opponents are over there in Mexico. So unknown quantity here. Rehman has to be on the ball here because he really doesn't know what he's up against.
He doesn't. He's been a fighter who has been extremely dedicated to his craft. I've watched interviews of him, and he's balancing a full-time job with being a professional fighter, and there was moments when he was sleeping outside the gym just to make sure that he could be at the gym, get his sleep in and get his training in. And that is what it's all about when you want to go far in something like boxing, is that dedication. But he's doing well here as he takes the centre of the ring and comes forward with a good double jab right hand.
Yep, nice stuff from Rehman here. As you say, taking that centre of the ring, taking his time, distance is good. Just slam the right hook round the back of the elbows there of Lopez, who done a good job covering it up as well. But looks very capable, does Lopez.
Lopez is no stranger to the UK. 5 of his most recent fights have been here, the others in Mexico, and that was a good right hand by HASH Rehman, and Lopez doesn't quite know what just hit him. He just found himself on the canvas, and he will find himself on his feet, or get himself to his feet.
I tell you what, he's in trouble here, Darren. The legs are shaky, and he was thinking about not getting up there. That was a lovely right hand that landed flush, and Lopez felt the weight of that one. Like I say, you know, I thought he was a little bit of an unknown quantity. Well, Rehman has dealt with that really well here in this opening round.
It's good. He's been doing a lot of sparring with Josh Warrington, and it just goes to show that he's been training and working and been beside a top fighter like Josh, and he's putting all of that into action here as Lopez looks like he's a bit lost at the moment. He's trying to throw stuff back, but Rehman's coming back with decent shots both upstairs and downstairs. But Lopez takes a big breath through his inhale of air through his nose and tries to get himself back to it.
Yeah, heavy nosebleed there from Lopez. Rehman's had a brilliant first round here. Right hand's found the target perfectly. Big round there. But Sam
did well
Rehman
to get back up on his feet there, didn't he? Because he fell just above where we're sat here at ringside, and that was a heavy knockdown. If it didn't look like it on TV, it certainly was from a couple of feet away.
Absolutely. You know, I think he rose about 9.5, 9 3/4, if I'm honest. Referee took a deep look into his eyes, allowed him to continue. Rehman done the right thing. He stayed nice and composed, took his time, didn't want to take any risks against Lopez. You know, out of the 6 victories, he has got 5 of those 6 victories by KO, so carries a bit of weight in his hands. And Rahman just taking his time there, but systematically breaking Lopez down in that first round. Good round that.
10 seconds, corners. Seconds out. Round 2.
And one of the things which Ash Raymond had said that they do in the gym with him and Josh Warrington, because he's of course trained by Josh's dad, Sean O'Hagan, is he quite often sparring people and he doesn't know who it is or when he's much about them at all. And what that does is it prepares him for these types of opponents where you really don't know what you're going to get, which is exactly what you get at the start of your career. You haven't got a clue who you're going to be fighting or what they're going to be like, especially when they come from countries like Mexico, because there isn't that much footage. So that all-round experience of being in the gym, doing all that stuff, being with former world champions like Josh Warrington, who's still well and truly in the game and will be fighting on that September 21st card, he's doing him justice.
Absolutely. Listen, success breeds success, and Rahman boxing well here. Switch tactics now, boxing on the back foot, trying to draw Lopez in. Lopez seems to have a bit of ambition himself there. I think he's a bit disappointed in that first round himself, found himself on the seat of his pants, and I don't think he liked that too much. He's trying to force the pace a little bit now, but by doing that, he's got to be careful that he doesn't jump onto one from Rahman. Again, big left hook goes in there. Lopez takes that one well, but you can hear the sound of the shot thudding in as it lands.
You can, and I'll tell you another thing which Ash Raymond had said in the build-up to this fight is the work which he'd been doing with Sean O'Hagan in the gym is you're going to see a little bit of everything from me, he said. You're going to see me on the front foot, you're going to see me on the back foot, and that's exactly what we're seeing, because he landed that really beautiful straight right hand right on the button on the front foot. And now look at him in this round, dancing around, boxing off the back foot, just sticking his jab out and doing exactly what he needs to do to win the round.
Yep, well, he wasn't lying when he said that, was he? That you're going to see a little bit of everything from me, because we've seen that in these first couple of rounds. We've seen the power shots, we've seen him controlling the distance, shot selection's been great as well. Right hand to the body was a little low there, may have gone round the back a little bit, but unintentional, I think.
But this is good boxing from a man from Hull, who's already put his man down on the canvas once in this fight already. If you've just joined us live on the TalkSport Boxing YouTube channel, you're joined by myself, Darren Rees, and Spencer Oliver. We've had many cracking fights and there's still some to go, so don't go anywhere. Raymond looks like he's not necessarily taking his foot off the gas, but he's just looking for what is going to be the perfect shot to throw as he just moves about and stabs to the body.
Good right hand there around the back of the defence of Lopez. Lopez pushing forward, but you're right in what you say there, Darren. Raymond just taking his time, not doing anything stupid, just looking for that opportunity, looking for that opening. He knows he can hurt his opponent. He done that in the first round. Raymond, to his credit, just took his time there, didn't do anything silly at all. Lopez tried to change the pace a little bit there, tried to force it a little bit more. I think he was a bit upset with himself that he hit the canvas in that opening round, but didn't really have any success. A little bit one-dimensional in what he was doing, pushing forward and not being too creative. And Raymond, as you said, you picked up on it early on in the round there, Darren, that you said, listen, he was going to show us a little bit of everything, and he's literally done that already, hasn't he? Gone on the front foot, back foot, shot selection, body, head, uppercuts. It's been an impressive start here from Raymond. Let's see how we go in round 3.
He has, and what I've really liked about him is he landed that
Round 3.
He landed that decent shot, and then he didn't get himself carried away, which, especially when you're kind of quite early on to your career, you hurt your opponent, and it's easy to let it all go out the window and just throw everything in the kitchen sink in and end up getting caught yourself or get hurt. And he's not done that, has he?
No, kept good composure, not done anything stupid, showed good maturity in there. But just waiting for the right time, and Lopez now a little bit more urgency about the work of Lopez. They've clearly had a word with him in the corner because he's come out with more intentions here in the third round.
Raymond on the back foot as he just circles round the ring, sticking that jab out. And he knows he's done enough, or he's doing enough to win this, and he is certainly showing us a little bit of everything. But all of a sudden, stands in the centre of the ring, and we might see a bit more of that front foot fighting as Lopez comes forward and tries to find an entrance himself. But Raymond's having none of it as he throws that right hand and just gets himself out of distance.
Yeah, just looking for the opening right now, Raymond. He's just trying to be a little creative. Switch downstairs, right hand over the top as well. Lopez took that shot well, didn't he?
He did. He looked a little bit concerned, and he just got his head snapped back with a decent strengthful jab there from Raymond. And Lopez, even though he's felt the power and he has landed on the canvas,
big right hand
still
again.
Marched forward, but he did just get clipped again there.
Yeah, big right hand from Raymond there. Landed solid, Lopez.
Oh, good shot there from Raymond. Decent left hook, Spencer.
Yeah, it really was. He's really starting to sit down on his shots now. To his credit though, Lopez took the shots very, very well.
Fair play to Lopez, he still comes forward, he still throws shots. He could quite easily be on the back foot and go that route, but he's not. He's standing in front of his man, and he's still coming back with stuff himself, and got a lot of respect for that, especially as an opponent who's already been on the canvas.
Yep, Lopez still got plenty of ambition, that's for sure. Another good round from Raymond. I think that he's winning these rounds well. Shot selection's been very good. That shot there, the right hand straight through the middle, that's been very successful from Raymond from that opening bell. That's where he scored that knockdown in that opening round, and he landed it a couple of times nicely there as well. Darren, I don't know what your Mexicans like, mate, but if you can understand any of that his mate's saying to him, but it'll be something along the lines of, we need to pick it up here, we're losing the rounds here, time to roll the dice a little bit, throw the kitchen sink, because Lopez is now falling behind on the scorecards.
He is, and something we need to mention is he has got power in those hands, because out of his 6 wins, 5 of those have come from stoppages. So he has got it in him to hurt people. He can land the shot where he needs to land it. So although Raymond's running away with the rounds in terms of the points, he's still got to have his wits about him. Good right hand which clipped Raymond there, and the sweat bounced off his head and glimmered in the brightness of the lights as Raymond comes back with a lead hook, and he's back on his feet moving around the ring, and Lopez marching forward and seems to have found a new lease of life. He's got a second wind, or the confidence has come from somewhere, or maybe it was the Spanish which the Mexican corner were feeding him in the round just gone.
Yep, he certainly told him something in that corner. Like I said, it's like now time to roll the dice a little. Tactics out the window, and start applying the pressure, take a gamble, and that's exactly what Lopez is doing, and this is a good start here to the 4th round from Lopez.
It's good work, but Raymond sinks in a left up to the body which just slipped off the stomach of Garcia Lopez, the Mexican, who's marching forward here and giving it everything that he's got, and the Mexican corner have certainly raised their voices, and Lopez is feeding off of that energy.
Yep, he certainly is pushing forward, and there's a change in the pattern here. Lopez really going for it in this 4th round, and he's getting his successes.
Lopez is the fighter who is setting the pace, I feel, in this round, and Raymond's done plenty of good work, but it's the Mexican who's marching forward, and by no means is Hash surviving here, or just trying to survive, but he's definitely having to work, and work off of that back foot well.
Massive turnaround here in this fourth round, and Raheem really needs to do something here. Let him know he's still the boss in there, because Lopez is having a very, very good round. He's landed some good shots to the head and to the body, and he'll be really feeding off that now. Raheem needs to take this play away again, and that's exactly what he's trying to do now. He's standing his ground. Good body shot, good head shot went in from Raheem as well. Right hand lands as well. This is better for Raheem, and he needed to do that because he can't allow Lopez with a big right hand there to get away with shots like that.
The Mexican having some decent success here in this round as he lands a couple of shots and marches forward once again, and you've got to admire a man who's found himself on the canvas to keep fighting like this, keep marching forward, keep throwing stuff. He's making life extremely difficult for the man from Hull in this round, and it hasn't been like this in the previous rounds.
Beautiful right hand through the middle there from Lopez as well, and Raheem has been out of distance in this round. Oh, big right hand there from Lopez as well. Raheem took the shot well, but I tell you what, that is a big, big round there.
That was a round, I think, at ringside we've given to the Mexican. He found something from somewhere there, and HASH REHMAN needs to get back to his boxing, get that composure back.
I've got to tell you, RAMIRO, GARCIA, Lopez turned things around massively there in that fourth round after being on the seat of his pants in the first round, and Raheem taking the next two and taking them quite comfortably. There was a dramatic, that's right, a dramatic turnaround there in that fourth round. Lopez from somewhere found something, and they are really feeding off that now, and this is going to be a tough couple of rounds here for Raheem now. He needs to do something quite dramatic in this round to take the play away from Lopez, because Darren, they are starting to fancy it in that corner.
They are. They're just to the right hand side of our commentary position, and the energy coming from that corner is something else, and the energy has obviously been injected into Garcia Lopez as he marches forward once again, and HASH REHMAN needs to have his wits about him, keep his guard up and get back on the attack himself, because Lopez is a man on a mission.
Yep, there's been a massive turnaround, isn't there? Lopez somewhere has found this second wind and a new lease of life. Big right hand goes in there as well, and Raheem now skirting around the perimeter of the ring, hands held high, but less coming back now from Raheem, as Lopez now is the one that lands the big right hands. Again, one goes straight through the guard there of Raheem, and Raheem needs to start taking throwing the shots first himself here, taking the play away from Lopez, who seems to have got into a rhythm.
He does. The Mexican has well and truly found his groove and is enjoying himself all of a sudden. That second wind came out of nowhere. HASH REHMAN was cruising the previous rounds, and all of a sudden something was said to him in that Mexican corner. But Raheman comes back with a good right hand there, and the crowd could see that one land perfectly. But Raheman back to trying to take the centre of the ring and lands a couple of decent shots, and he's getting himself back into it as Lopez marches forward again. Beautiful right hand there from Raheman that went straight through the guard of Lopez. Lopez, to his credit, took the shot well, but that's better stuff from Raheman, and that's what we need to see from him right now. Needs to start getting off with the shots first himself. He can't spend too much time covering up, because Lopez, who's had 5 of his 6 wins inside the distance, definitely looks like he carries power in either hand. A good return of shots there by HASH REHMAN. And in the corner, they are shaking their heads a little bit, because I don't think he's doing what they want him to be doing. Raheman again just trying to get through with that 1-2. I want to see him relaxing, let the shots flow a little bit more. Don't get careless, don't get reckless, because Lopez clearly can whack. Good return shots there by HASH REHMAN, who threw a 3 or 4 shot combination, and a couple of those got through. And then he loads up again, and that one ever so slightly missed, but if it connected, the Mexican would have known about it. But there goes the clapper to symbolise the last few seconds of this round, and Lopez meets him in the middle again.
That's better though from Raymond. The last 15-20 seconds of the round have been good from Raymond. Not enough to win the round. Lopez definitely won the round, but we needed to see Raymond turn the screw, change it around, take the play away from Lopez, and he seemed to be doing that there, Darren, at the end of that fifth round. He seemed to have just turned a corner there, landed some good right hands, left hooks are especially effective as well, and that was positive stuff there from Raymond at the end of that round.
It was. He just started to get back into his groove. It was something which landed, which must have been a bit of a wake-up call. It might have been something which Sean O'Hagan, his coach, shouted from ringside. He was shaking his head for a moment because, like we said, Hash Raymond was doing so well in the first few rounds, wasn't he? And then that turnaround must have shocked him as much as it shocked us, because we never expected that to happen.
For the 6th and final round.
1 round to seal the deal for Hash Raymond, who's light on his toes as he comes out here in the 6th and final round. Live on the TalkSport Boxing YouTube channel.
Lopez, as expected, takes the 7th of the ring. He's looking for those big right hands, and Raymond doing the right thing, just keeping nice and tight. Good left hook there from Lopez, sent the sweat spraying from the head of Raymond there. Raymond looking to get off with the shots of his own. Just wild left hook to the body, misses that. He's got to be careful he doesn't get caught on the counter.
Lopez still there, centre of the ring, going nowhere, throwing shots back, and absolutely giving it 100%
good right hands
a
there,
go.
and Lopez forced to cover up. Raymond landed a couple of lovely shots there, just half a step back with that back foot, just created the space, and boom, the right hand went in. Lovely stuff there, but look at Lopez, took it well, didn't he?
He did, fighting Mexican style when he looked at the man from Hull, and he, with his gloves, symbolised him to say, bring it on, come on. We're giving the crowd what they want here, and I've got to say, this has been a great second half to the fight.
Yeah, it really has been an entertaining contest, this one. We thought it'd be over quite quickly with the knockdown in the first round in Raymond's favour. Lopez was seriously stunned, but has recovered well and made a great fight of this one. Tremendous action here in the 6th and final round.
Raymond looks at his opponent in between his gloves and comes back with a decent left hook and straight right hand, but the Mexican stands there and comes back with 2 uppercuts of his own, neither of them connected with Hash Raymond.
Raymond now choosing to get on his bike again, not taking any silly chances, looking to create some openings, looking to work the angles. Lopez looking to load up with that right hand. Oh, massive right hand there from Raymond. Lopez takes the shot well, but Raymond really digs those feet in, plants those feet and lets those shots go. Lopez takes them shot well.
Well, there you go, Vic. That's the clapper for the last 10 seconds of the round, and Hash Raymond needs to make sure that the referee is going to give him this round. So I thought he would do a bit more at the end of that, but just chose to pace it out and make sure he didn't get caught. But Spencer, that was a really good fight, especially the second half of it.
Absolutely, Darren, fantastic contest there. As I said earlier in the round, you know, we didn't expect this one to go too far. Raymond had a brilliant start, had Romeo Garcia Lopez on the seat of his pants in the first round, and it didn't look like Lopez was going to get up. He actually got up on about a 9.5 there, and you thought, well, this contest might not go much past the second round. How wrong was we? I think after a good second round from Raymond, Lopez gritted his teeth, come back and turned things around massively there in the 4th round and made a real contest of that. Raymond, for me, won the fight, but what a contest.
Well, let's get the official decision from our MC, Craig Stephen.
Ladies and gentlemen, our referee, Mr. Latham, has our boxers. I have his score totals, and the scoring is close. 57-56 in favour of the winner from Hull, Yorkshire, HASHIM REHMAN. Ladies and gentlemen, please your appreciation. The man from...
For all boxing info, news and latest interviews, amateur and pro, across the north, click and subscribe. VIP Boxing Promotions. Also Twitter, Instagram and Facebook.